Good morning, Miramar. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Tamara G. As always, check us out on all of our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at City of Miramar. And with me today, we have one of our favorite commissioners. He is always out in the community working and doing wonderful things for our constituents. We have Commissioner Maxwell B. Chambers, and he has another event that is coming up that is going to celebrate independence in our community. And I know you want to invite everybody to come out. Good to see you, Commissioner Chambers.
Good to see you always, and welcome to Miramar, the community where culture and community converge. So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
this is a great city to live in and to work and play and to visit. So I'm just excited to be here in the city of Miramar to represent such a wonderful community that always giving and giving back and looking out for each other.
There you go. And speaking of that, your event that is coming up on Saturday, August 30th, is looking toward our Trinidadian and Tobago constituents. Tell us about that. And open to anyone, obviously.
Of course, it's a free event. It's our fourth annual event, Trinidad and Tobago Independence Celebration right here in the city of Miramar. And we celebrate all different cultures. We just celebrate the Bahamas
Mhm.
independence, and then August 6th we're gonna celebrate the Jamaican independence, which gonna happen a little early, August 2nd. So, and that's another event where everyone invited to come out. It's a free event. Come on out, let's celebrate and have a wonderful time. And then we're gonna hop on over. We're gonna do some Highland hopping.
There you
So we're gonna
go.
hop on over to Trinidad and Tobago, August 30th, and that's when we are celebrating. Even though the independence is August 31st, we are doing it this year, August 30th, at Vizcaya Park, which is our new location. And I'm so excited because we are going to have Patrice Roberts, the soca queen of Trinidad, going to be here visiting with us. She's bringing along a retired band, and they're going to
Nice.
perform for us. So it's going to be a good time.
And it's always a good time when you can bring cultures and community together. As you mentioned, culture and community converge on the city of Miramar. And we're so happy to have all of these different cultures. Coming up even later is going to be the Latin Music Festival. I think that's what makes Miramar so special, Commissioner Chambers, is that people come to our city because we welcome everybody.
Everybody. And we have one of our local talented performer here, Nigel Lewis, is going to be our special guest. I think he's going to be receiving an award. And we have the Lauder Hill Ensemble band that going to perform. You don't have music from Trinidad without the steel pan. So we're going to have a great time with the steel pan here performing at this location. And for Patrice Robert to bring in her entire band as well, it's going to be an excitement. And that's why we had to move to Vizcaya Park this year to make sure we have enough space and we have enough parking for people to come and enjoy this amazing event. While the event is free, the Parks and Rec, they're charging parking, and they have a $20 parking fee for cars. So you could put 4 or 5 people in the car and it's the
There
same
you go.
$20. We want you to carpool and come on down, and it might cost you just $5 to ride with someone in their car. And as well, they do have a VIP parking area, which is $30. So you pick the one you want. The event is totally free, but Parks and Rec, they are charging a parking fee because of the limited amount of parking space there. So carpool and come on down and enjoy a very enjoyable Trinidad and Tobago Independent. Plus,
I was gonna
we
say
get
it's gonna be great, even if you have to pay $20 or $30 a park. I mean, that's standard in South Florida. We know that. But you get all of this great entertainment, and also again the converging of cultures. There's gonna be food trucks. I know we always do a great job with that, and lots of giveaways too. And it's really a family-friendly event, correct, Commissioner
and
Chambers?
yeah, absolutely. Everyone is invited. You could bring your children, wear your colors, bring your flag. And we know that Trinidad and Tobago attract a lot of different other islands. So every island going to be represented. They're going to wear their colors. They're going to bring their flag, and they're going to celebrate with Trinidad and Tobago. We're going to have a lot of vendors, food vendors,
Mhm.
and lots of giveaways and prizes and surprises. So it's a family affair. It's really a family affair. We do gonna kick off on time at 6, and we're gonna go up until about 10, 10:30, somewhere there. It's a holiday weekend, and there's no school. Some people don't have work, so we're gonna have a good time. come
Oh,
early
that's right.
and stay late.
Yeah, that's Labor Day weekend. Okay, so that's going to be nice. And again, the new location is Vizcaya Park. That's 14200 Southwest 55th Street in Miramar. Don't forget that you do have to do the parking. Prepaid parking is $20. VIP parking is $30. And be sure to wear your colors and bring your flags because it is definitely going to be a party. The fourth year, so obviously people are wanting this event, Commissioner Chambers, and tell people why it is so important to celebrate the independence of all of these different nations, particularly the ones who have a large community in South Florida. As you mentioned earlier, we did Bahamas just recently. We've got Jamaica independence coming up, and now Trinity and Tobago. So tell us, Trinidad and Tobago, why these are so important.
It is extremely important. You know, when you move away from the country and you come to here in the United States, you work hard and you help to build this country, you want to leave a little part, a legacy for your children and grandchildren. My kids, they were all born here in the United States and they think they are Jamaican, you know, so I'm sure every other island, every other country, their children and grandchildren feel the same way. So you want to be able to express yourself, you want to share the culture, and that's what makes this community so great when we know how each other celebrate, how they live, we get to understand each other and we get to bond together and be one people. Okay? It doesn't matter where you're from, we're all the same human being. And that's what I love about Miramar and I love about South Florida. The Latin flavor, all the Caribbean flavor, the South American and the European. It's an amazing thing when you can know and learn about each other culture and just celebrate with each other. It's amazing, so it's a good thing.
And how blessed people are, if they have never lived anyplace else, or if they have lived someplace else. I've lived someplace else, and trust me, growing up in Texas, we did not have all of these different, different countries and different cultures and communities. So I'm always happy to go to an event where I can learn something new about someone else. And the Trinidad and Tobago Independence again is happening on Saturday, August 30th. If you would like to go, Trini Independence 2025, Trini Independence 2025.eventbrite.com. And that's just for you guys to kind of get a number on how many people are coming, right?
Of course, that registration is extremely important so we can prepare for the crowd. Please register Trinidad Independent
Hmm.
2025.eventbrite.com. It gives us a good handle on the number. In terms of security, we want to make sure people is safe, and that's why people come to Miramar. We want to have adequate security, adequate parking attendant, and adequate vendor to make sure that you get to purchase your food, your drinks, your alcohol, and everything right there at this
Vizcaya.
park, this kind of park. So registration is key, is important. You give us that number, give us that idea so we can prepare for you. And so we want you to go ahead and register and let us know you're coming. And some of you could also prepay your parking before you get there. Just prepaid and print your ticket and come on down, and we'll make it a lot easier for you to park, whether you're VIP or your regular parking. So we want you to do that. And come on out, celebrate. Let's be happy somehow and get rid of some stress. And soca is the order of the day.
All
That's
right,
what
dance the
Robert will
night
be waiting
away.
for you.
All right, for this free event, again, Trini Independence 2025.eventbrite.com. Please register for that. Now, you have another event that is coming up as well, and this is in September. We have a special guest that is going to come on in just a bit right now to talk about this event that is happening in September. And she is Gina Sims, the founder of the Autism Theater Project in South Florida. So I know Gina's there. And come on and join us, Gina, if you will. There she is.
Right.
How
So,
are you, Gina?
I'm doing so well. That event sounds so like so much fun.
It's
The
going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And your event is going to be fun because it is coming up really soon. And this is an event that Commissioner Maxwell B. Chambers is helping to sponsor and present. It is the Autism Theater Project. Tell us a little bit about your organization, Gina, and how did it come about?
well, the Autism Theater Project is a collective of really inspiring and passionate and committed young artists, including those on the autism spectrum and those who have disabilities, who use their talents to move people and inspire people to essentially achieve anyway, no matter what it is that they're facing in life. Um, we create very high caliber productions. We have a TV series out called The Voice Inside, which is on South Florida PBS, and we'll be screening a section of it at this event in Miramar on September 6th. And we also have talented musicians who just did a performance with the South Beach Jazz Festival. And we make sure that our work is at the highest level. And essentially, I started the Autism Theater Project because I was inspired by how my sister, who's on the autism spectrum, moves through life. She is limited verbally. Her version of success in life likely in many ways looks different from the neurotypical child, or from a child that speaks with much more ease,
Mhm.
but she still is successful in so many ways. And essentially at the Autism Theater Project, what we're doing is we're showing people, especially families of those on the spectrum, but really anyone, that even if life for yourself or for your child looks very different from what you initially dreamed of, the new success that you can have can still be just as fulfilling and wonderful. So you'll see when you watch our performers, including an acrobat, we have musicians, like I said, we have actors, we have motivational speakers. You'll see that they all have a different array of skills, even though many of them are on the autism spectrum. But they all find a way to make the most out of what they have and what they've been given. So it's a very inspiring event. These people I work with inspire me every day. And it's very entertaining because like I said, we're highly committed to quality.
I love the fact that it is the Achieve Anyway show, because you're right, everyone can achieve in their own special way, and the gifts that some of these students have. Tell us, you mentioned an acrobat, you mentioned singers, yet they are living with autism, whether they're on the spectrum or they have been officially diagnosed, as you said. Maybe some of them can't speak, but maybe they're great dancers. You just never know the gifts that they have.
Exactly, exactly. Um, in particular, when developing our TV series, The Voice Inside, it was very fulfilling to find these writers, because The Voice Inside is highly inspired by real stories of people on the autism spectrum who faced major obstacles in life as they became adults and were able to overcome them and surpass what people expected they can do. We've consulted these writers on the autism spectrum, and hearing their stories of resilience, not just because of how they were able to succeed despite the symptoms that they live with, but also just because of the things that have happened in their lives. For example, I have an actor and motivational speaker whose story will be featured in The Voice Inside, who uh, survived foster care abuse and came out on the other side. And last year, he had a law that essentially will protect people with autism from being in harmful guardianship situations. And he had his law passed by Ron DeSantis last year. Um, they just have these really incredible stories and this unshakable faith and strength about them. And yes, in terms of their talents, I've seen actors go from being afraid to play an autistic character and show that the vulnerability that comes with, say, showing the struggles that people with autism go through, to proudly doing that on screen and leading the cast, which includes professionals who are not on the spectrum, leading the cast with their commitment and their vulnerability. And we have musicians who have created original work about their experience on the autism spectrum that's universally relatable. So they're excellent, and they're so committed to not just raising awareness about autism and disability, but just inspiring and connecting with audiences.
And it's great because even in Hollywood now, we're finding that a lot of celebrities are now saying that they have been diagnosed or they're on the spectrum, that they didn't know why they were having, certain issues, or they couldn't do things with scripts, or in bands and things like that. But now they're finding out that they're on the spectrum. I wanted to ask Commissioner Chambers, why did you want to present this event? What was it about this one? Because I know you get approached all the time, Commissioner, people wanting you to, be behind their event. What made you decide to do the Autism Theater Project presenting the Achieve Anyway show?
A couple of things. One, the Center for Autism and Disabled Related Disability had recently designate Miramar as an autism friendly city. And that's a big designation to the city of Miramar. And with addition of different boards in the park and so forth. So for autism are so everywhere, and people need to understand it and more accepted of it. And when I look at my children and I look at the autism person and parents dealing with it, they want the same thing that my children want, that I want for my children, for anyone wants for their children. So we want to make sure that people have the information, they know what's happening. We do a lot of events here in the city of Miramar, and why not the autism event? And this is the first one since that designation. And I wanted to put this out and get people support because this Autism Theater Project, we make it so affordable. With
Hmm.
tickets start at $15 and 20 and 25. So if someone support me with everything else, you should be able to support me with this autism event by purchasing a ticket. We're not just looking for someone with autism to come to this event. We want someone who want to understand this community better, to come out and see them perform and participate so you can understand how to relate to people in the autism spectrum. You know, how you talk to your family, talk to kids,
Hmm.
and your community. The more we put stuff like this in our community, the more people are more accepted and more understanding of each other. And that's why I'm doing this. Gina have this idea. It came to me, and I'm like, okay, I want to support this. It takes a while, but we stay with it, and finally, it's here. And
And
I'm
truly, the city of Miramar has done amazing work being autism certified because we do things in the city such as have separate shows. And so if we're bringing a play into town or there's some type of concert or something happening, we will actually have an autism friendly show built into that so that, if there's 8 performances, then one or two of them will be for autism friendly for autistic people and those on the spectrum. So and that's just one thing that the city does. So I just think that it's amazing that Miramar is standing behind this because um, we know so many people and families who are having to deal with this, Commissioner Chambers.
and we have these communication boards in some of our parks. It's not enough. We need more. And I want to share that if anyone decide to come to this event with an autistic child and you need a special accommodation, please reach out to my office so we can make every accommodation possible
Mhm.
for that child. Whatever you need, whatever we want to make sure this happen. And I can't ask enough for folks to support. You always support me in other ways. There's no
Mhm.
reason why you're not going to support this autism event. We want to make sure that this theater gets sold out. Tickets are only 15, 20, and 25. Of course, they're going to add a little bit of tax to it.
Mhm.
You could purchase online or you could purchase at the box office. And we await you to support this amazing autism event, the Autism Theater Project. You could buy tickets, you could give them away, you could show your support in any way you want to show, but we would love for you to be here to see for yourself this amazing show right here at our cultural center. I can't wait. I do research sometime and I look and I see other places and the tickets are a lot more expensive, from 80 to 100 and something dollars to see a show like this. And we're gonna have it right here in our city. We are making it so affordable for 15, 20, and 25. And I can't thank Gina enough for bringing this here to the city of Miramar. She has been working at this for a while. She had this show other places, but this is gonna be great right here in our city, right here
Sounds-
in
I was gonna say, sounds like
MCC.
she's found her home with you behind her there, Commissioner Chambers. Again, the event is going to be on September the 6th. It's going to be at the Miramar Cultural Center, starting at 6 p.m. That's 2400 Civic Center Place. So please get your tickets at the box office, or if you do need additional help, if you have a child who's autistic or you would like for them to come, or you need extra help, please call Commissioner Chambers' office. Gina, I just wanted to talk to you quickly about how, you were spurred into action by your sister, who you said, has verbal issues. What would you say to someone who feels like they want to do something to help, but just don't know how? I mean, you came together with an autism theater project, so I assume that you have a background in this and that this is something you wanted to do. But how do you spur someone who says, "I just want to help," or "I want to do something to make a difference"?
I would say if you have a child or adult in your life who has autism, taking the time to understand them and see the potential inside of them, they can feel that. So I would say that is the simplest way that you can help. Uh, just believing in them, they can really, it makes a huge difference. Beyond that, of course, it would be wonderful if you could come and get a ticket and come to the show and support us and donate. We're continuing to do really great work, and we create these shows to especially inspire families of those on the spectrum so that they leave feeling like my child can achieve anyway. Success, only God knows exactly what success is going to look like, but it's going to happen. Um, and beyond that, I would say educate yourself
Mhm.
and see how you can use your tools, your skills to contribute to the autism community or to the person in your life. Um, yeah,
Okay.
that's
All
my
right.
advice.
Well, you can contribute by going and coming to the Autism Theater Project. As Commissioner Chambers said, please support him in this event as well. He is presenting this. It is the Achieve Anyway show, Do the Impossible with the Voice Inside, September 6th at the Miramar Cultural Center. September 6th, Miramar Cultural Center, 2400 Civic Center Place. Showtime is at 6 p.m. You can get your tickets at the box office, so be sure to please do that. Call the Miramar Cultural Center box office and get those tickets. Thank you so very much, Commissioner Maxwell B. Chambers. Thank you also, Gina Sims. She is the founder of the Autism Theater Project in South Florida, and we look forward to a successful and sold out show on September 6th at the Miramar Cultural Center.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both so much.
No problem. And thank you for watching Good Morning Miramar. Until next time, I'm your host, Tamara G. See ya.